Have you tried to learn to play percussion with YouTube videos but you didn't succeed? Maybe you feel frustrated because you think that anybody can learn to play percussion on YouTube and you couldn't achieve that. Don't worry, because learning to play percussion on YouTube is not as easy as everybody thinks. As the title of the video says, if you want to learn to play percussion, YouTube may not be your best option. Why? I tell you the reasons along the video. Follow me. Think about this for a minute. Each time that you type something in the search box, like learn to play percussion, and press enter, it's like pushing a button of a slot machine. After you press it, the algorithm is going to search and bring to you all the videos that it can find for your quest, and that simply suits the combination of words that you use. No matter if the content is helpful or not to start your learning path in percussion. Once the videos are listed in front of you, you have to take a lucky guess and pick one, crossing your finger and wishing you picked the right one. Well, as anybody who start to learn something from scratch, you are new to this. So what I mean is you know very little about percussion. So how you can decide which of the videos that you have on the screen is the best for you? And also how you can say that if the content of the video you choose is correct or not to start your learning path of percussion. So maybe what will happen from here is that after a couple of tries with different videos, you're gonna end up empty-handed and frustrated because any of the video worked for you and you didn't move forward even an inch in your learning path in percussion. That's the common situation for people who try to start learning to play percussion in that way. And also is something that I heard a lot from the students that comes to my online classes and courses after failing to learn to play percussion on YouTube. Bottom line is, while YouTube is a great resource, it is not the best option for beginning students to start the learning path on percussion. Let's move on now and see which are the main issues that prevents you to learn to play percussion on YouTube. Maybe you already tried to learn to play percussion on YouTube and you didn't succeed. And also maybe because of that you think you don't have what it takes to learn to play percussion. Well, you're totally wrong. If you tried and didn't succeed, it's because the content of the video that you choose wasn't the right learning plan for you. So what happened is that you landed on a lucky guess video, and that video doesn't take under consideration things that are important in your learning process, like your needs, your abilities, your learning times, the way that you learn, your musical backgrounds, among others. So to understand the situation, let's see what happens when somebody lands in a YouTube video to learn to play percussion. In most of the cases, the guy in the video just starts teaching from a specific point, assuming that anybody who arrives at the video is going to be okay with that and will manage to learn. The reality is that most of the time you are going to struggle with the following issues. You can't fully understand the concepts that are taught in the video because the video lacks vital information for you to have a successful learning process. You can't follow the pace of the lesson because contents are taught faster than you can incorporate and understand them. You can play the exercise or the rhythm that is taught because there are some needed practice steps which are important in your learning process that are missing. In all of these cases, the result is the same. You end up not moving forward an inch in your learning path in percussion. One of the key elements to succeed in anything you want to learn is to have a learning path that suits your abilities and needs. That learning path is going to provide you with a map that organizes all the contents needed for you to learn to play, in this case, percussion. Also, it is going to build a step-by-step learning route following some specific goals that you have to achieve in order for you to learn to play the percussion instrument that you love. And you can find any of this in YouTube because most of the videos that you can find in there are not part of a big learning plan. They are just little pieces of knowledge lost in the vast and big library of the app. So in the end, you're gonna end up jumping from one video to another and getting lost in the immense world of YouTube without being able to build the right learning and practicing plan that will help you to move forward in your learning path in percussion. Having someone who guides us and gives us feedback about our learning process is vital when we are learning something new from scratch, for several reasons. The first one is that a teacher or facilitator will help us to build the best learning path possible, taking under consideration our strengths and weaknesses, and most important of all, our goals and needs. He also will build a class plan and a practice plan that will improve our learning process. In second place, he will help us to avoid struggling with the common mistakes self-taught students made. Basically because he's been through that learning route several times and knows it in detail. So bottom line is, his knowledge and his experience is gonna make your learning path easier and shorter. In third place, he will keep track of your progress and he will help you with the difficulties. Yes? Basically, he's gonna tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And in this last case, he also will provide the knowledge and resources to solve the difficulties and improve your playing skills. And last, you will have someone to play percussion with, yes? And someone who will always challenge you to try new and different ways to play the percussion instrument that you love. None of this you can find on YouTube. On the contrary, the self-taught learning path that this app proposes is a lonely road in which you are on your own to solve any difficulties you may face, with the scarce knowledge a beginner student has at hand. In that situation, it's most likely that you will make several mistakes and also you don't even realize that you're making them. The most common consequence of this is, again, you will develop several playing biases that will compromise your playing skills and development as a percussionist. And most important of all, you won't be able to confirm if you're making any kind of progress or not in your learning path in percussion. Learning to play percussion by mixing and mashing up videos from different sources is a common behavior nowadays, and YouTube is one of the places where that is done the most. Although this way of learning is popular, it's not the most recommended for beginner percussionists because it has several negative consequences in the learning process. Jumping from one video to the other with no source of connection or coherence results in an absolutely chaotic learning path in which confusion and contradiction are the main elements. Also, as a consequence of that, you're gonna end up learning very little pieces of knowledge about percussion, but at the same time not knowing vital information that is important for you to succeed in your learning path on percussion. Another consequence of this way of learning is that the lack of coherence in your learning plan is gonna make you develop a lot of playing biases to fill the voids between the little pieces of the learning puzzle you are trying to solve. All of this makes your learning process chaotic, more difficult, and even longer. And also makes you become a Frankenstein percussionist, something that has a terrible consequence in your playing craft as percussionist. If you want to know more about this, you can check the video I make about this issue. Along my path as percussion student, I have a diverse learning experience, which include taking classes with several percussion teachers and facilitators. Some of them were really good teachers, while others, although they were excellent percussionists, were no good at teaching. This has a simple explanation. Sometimes when someone is so good at doing something, what I mean is so good that he can do it almost naturally and without thinking, it is really difficult for him to teach others how to do that. Because for him it's something that happens so naturally and without struggle that it's difficult for him to put in the shoes of something who find it difficult to do it. And in YouTube it's something that happens a lot. What I mean is, in most of the video you can watch people that are really good and showing what they can do, but they are not good at explaining or teaching it. And that is because the lack of a teaching method that take under consideration all the possible difficulties that a beginner percussion student can face when he is starting his learning path on percussion. Most of the videos on YouTube propose a learning process based on the sequence watch, copy, repeat. But you need to know that that is just a little part of the learning process in percussion. And also for some people it's not enough, because there are a lot of other elements that you need to know and learn in order to succeed in the learning to play the percussion instrument that you love. So there you have it. These are the main reasons why I think that YouTube is not the best option for you to start your learning path in percussion. I hope you liked the video and I helped you input some light about these important issues. If you like it, please subscribe and leave a thumbs up. And if you want, leave a comment. I see you in the next video.